Shannon, also known as Shannonsense, and today I'm gonna show you how to veganize classic Thanksgiving dishes. So just a big tip is, I know as being a vegan, I love to pride myself in eating really healthy and being able to get all my nutrients from whole plant-based foods, but like Thanksgiving is not the time for that. Non-vegans are indulging, you can indulge too. You don't have to make everything from scratch. Use the vegan cheese, the vegan meat, use some oil and butter. Also, you want to impress non-vegans maybe, they're eating a lot more fat in their food, so fatten it up. I'm gonna be making classic things, vegan turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, macaroni and cheese, just your green beans and corn. And then I'm not making a dessert or a bread today just because it's just Clint and I, but I'll mention how to do that as well. Let's jump in. First, we are going to make baked mac and cheese. Every occasion, my mom always made homemade baked mac and cheese, so I wanted to try and replicate that with a liquidy, cheesy, buttery mix and cheese baked on top as well. I will include all the exact ingredients and measurements below to all the dishes if you plan to make this yourself. Begin with boiling water and cooking a package of macaroni by directions. Over medium heat, you will melt 5 tablespoons of vegan butter and add in 5 tablespoons of flour. Then add in just a cup of unsweetened plant milk. I prefer almond, and mix together well. I bought a block of the Daiya cheddar style cheese and cubed it so it would melt easier. Oops. Then just stir and mash it until melted. Add some more almond milk as needed to keep it more of a liquid. Next, I add half a bag of cheddar jack shredded cheese. I use the So Delicious brand. And half a bag of the cheddar shredded cheese, also So Delicious brand. After mixing that evenly, I added some spice for flavor, including salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. Now my mom never used cream cheese in her recipe, but this seems to be the added trick in many other recipes, and wow, it really added extra creaminess. Add more almond milk as needed, just to keep it liquidy, depending on the thickness. Now that the cheese sauce is made, add in your cooked noodles and stir until evenly cooked. You're just going to add in the remaining cheddar jack, but save the cheddar for the baked topping. Place the macaroni and cheese into an oven-safe dish. Top with the remaining cheddar cheese and pepper it if you prefer. You're going to cook this in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You should cover this with aluminum foil, but I totally forgot to do this. It's mashed potato time. First, I cut up a bag of Yukon gold potatoes, add them to a pot, cover with water, and bring to a boil. You're going to cover and cook for 25 to 30 minutes. Potatoes should easily be pierced when done. Then drain the potatoes and add to a bowl to begin mashing. Personally, I love using a hand masher, but use your preferable method. I like the skins, but you could also remove these beforehand. Now I add in 4 tablespoons of vegan butter, some salt and pepper to your liking, 6 cloves of minced garlic to really make it a garlic mashed potato, and a splash of almond milk, and then just mix and mash all together. Stuffing, it's so easy. Most pre-made stuffings are already vegan, just double check. Then swap the add-ins of chicken broth to veggie broth and dairy butter to a plant-based butter. I literally just follow directions but do these swaps. I melt the butter, add in the chopped onion and celery, and just saute those in the butter. You're gonna slowly add 2 cups of veggie broth and just bring that to a boil. Once boiling, take off the heat and mix in the stuffing until combined and fluffy. Ta-da! So let's talk about turkey. You can totally still have a turkey when you're vegan. So there are a ton of store-bought brands now make tofurkeys. I personally bought 2 different brands and then 3 different kinds though, and I'm just gonna kind of explain them. So the one we're gonna be making today is Gardein, and it's like a stuffed turkey. So each one is just a small little turkey, kind of breaded, and is stuffed with like cranberry and the stuffing. Now the difference between the small Gardein one and the large Gardein holiday roast is the holiday roast, you get a large loaf. You bake both in the oven just like a turkey, but this one can be sliced. Whereas this is just like 2 personal little ones, which is perfect for Quentin and I today since this isn't real Thanksgiving. On actual Thanksgiving, we'll be bringing one of these. It comes with gravy. I also bought the Trader Joe's kind. We've never tried this. I'm just opening one up. I'm gonna show you what I mean by the size. So they're like a large roast that you put in the oven and bake. And they also come with gravy. So gravy is not vegan, normal gravy, you know, it's made from like animal fat. So these are usually made from mushroom or other bases. This is the brand Tofurkey. We got a ton of gravy. I've definitely made my own gravy before, but holidays, you need something fast. So I went store-bought frozen gravy. There's a Tofurkey brand, field roast, Gardein, Trader Joe's. There's even hams as well. So I forgot to mention these taste actually super good. I'm not into a lot of fake meats, and I even had non-vegans last year try these. It literally tastes like turkey. There used to be jokes about Tofurkey and how gross that is, but it honestly tastes real. Of course, it's maybe not the healthiest, but I would just eat a ton of sides if it wasn't good, because honestly, the sides are the best part usually anyways. So let me show you how to make the smaller personal Gardein stuffed turkey. You would just preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the little turkeys on a baking pan and bake for 20 minutes, flipping them halfway through. While they cook, you can thaw out the gravy in hot water. Then I just made some green beans and some roasted corn, which I thought was all self-explanatory. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's video and you try some of these recipes at home for this Thanksgiving. Just a few notes to make. If you have your favorite from scratch recipes you always follow, you can still follow them, really easy switches. The recipe calls for butter. Vegan butter is everywhere. Earth Balance is my favorite. I find it at Kroger, everywhere else, but can't believe it's not butter now, it's a vegan butter. They're everywhere. Or you could always substitute for oil. Cheese, vegan cheese is not all created equal, so you might have to taste test. I don't really know how to say this, Daiya, whatever. Most of it is not good. But if you see in my mac and cheese recipe, the cubes was this kind. This kind is good, having a block. For shredded kinds, so delicious, Follow Your Heart are really awesome brands. Then regular milk, stuff for almond milk, just your vegetables, you know. If you usually cook those or your family member cooks it with bacon, ask them them to not cook it with bacon and instead try using more like sauces, herbs, spices, things like that to flavor it. The vegan meats are everywhere. They do sell out. If you didn't get one in time, remember the sides are usually the best part anyway, just load up on sides. I did just want to talk about dessert because I do get a lot of requests for pumpkin pie. I've never made pumpkin pie, but you can do that vegan. If not, I've seen here in Cincinnati, bakeries called Rooted and Happy Chicks are taking vegan pumpkin pie orders. I've seen vegan pumpkin pies at Whole Foods, and then just normal desserts, easy to veganize. Clint and I will be making a homemade pumpkin cake. We're gonna be making some homemade biscuits as well. A lot of breads and biscuits are already vegan, but again, super easy to make. So I'm gonna dig right in, and I hope you enjoyed this video and have a happy Thanksgiving.